Well, guys, pretty stoked. Got my first official bumper job after I started the business license. So this is a friend of mine, Jeff Baird, Strip Taxidermy. He's a really good taxidermist here in town, and he beats the crap out of his stuff almost as bad as I beat the crap out of mine. So what I got going on today, I'll show you guys the front here. So it's got two light bars in there. He says the bottom one doesn't work anymore, so I'm going to replace that with some lights I've got here. Obviously his skid plate has been caught and ripped off, and I'm debating on what I'm going to do here exactly. I might end up pulling this off and building some bumper up around that. We'll see how it looks when I get it going. Usually when I start these, I kind of don't really know what I'm doing until I get going. That's the way I build them. A friend of his gave him this bumper, but it won't mount the lights that he wants, and it's got the winch mount and everything in it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take that, I'm going to adapt it to meet his needs and make any changes that I need to make it fit the needs that he has. It'll fit his truck. It's made for this truck, so there shouldn't be an issue there, but it's not perfectly meeting his needs. So I'm going to do the adaptations I need to on that. Got the couple of dings down there in the doors, so I'll probably end up building them some sliders eventually, but get this done first. And then I've got two gate jobs to do, just some neighbors of some friends. Shouldn't take more than a couple days to get those done. So I've been doing this front bumper and winch mount. I had to cover up some holes right here. We're always out in a lot of mud, and this is a winch bumper, so we don't want to have any more holes than we have to. I'm going to build a plate to cover over this still. This is a hole for a light bar. This super narrow light bar right here is the only thing that would fit in there and make the winch still clear, along with these other two narrow ones right here. And then I've got these little light pods over here somewhere. Oh, they're over there on it right now. Got these little light pods that are going in there also. And the old light bar that was in there shorted out and melted all the wiring and the fuses, so I had to rewire all that stuff too. So anyway, that's what I've been doing the last few days, waiting for the bed liner to get here. Been using Raptor liner. Works pretty good, really hard, doesn't scratch at all. It will chip off over time, especially in super cold weather, it'll chip off, but I've had pretty good luck with it so far, been pretty happy. So I'm using that on this bumper. Made the skid plate a little thicker. So this is the skid plate that was given to him. So I added another piece onto that, make it a little bit beefier. This is what he did to the last skid plate. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm I'm beefing everything out. He drives rougher than I do. Well, I'm in serious need of a shop here. I got the bumper sprayed last night, one side, then sprayed the other side this morning. But because it's so cold out here, it was 25 degrees this morning. I've had my heater on pretty much all night in the garage. And I don't know, it's probably 65, 70 in here right now, which is the ideal dry time temperature, I guess, dry temperature for this Raptor liner. It's supposed to rain tomorrow night, and you're not supposed to get water on it for 72 hours. So got my little makeshift spray booth here, just taped up some plastic. Got the skid plate beefed up, and it's ready to go. Sprayed both sides. Same thing with the bumper here. It's all ready to go, looking good. Got the plates to cover the holes in it. So obviously we're gonna have lights here and lights there, and then a light here. And then I've got those two plates over there that are gonna cover those holes and the winch hole. He doesn't have a winch yet. And like I was telling you guys earlier, with all of the mud that we deal with, when we're driving around in the winter out here, the mud's terrible. There's gravel mixed in with it, and it's clay, so once it dries, it's pretty much concrete. That's the reason I'm plugging up those holes as much as possible. It's just mud collection points is all it is. So plugging up those holes until he decides to actually put a winch on there, and then he can remove those plates when we're done with that. Hoping this is going to dry a little faster, but what are you going to do? Hence, I need a shop really bad so I can get in and keep things dry and warm so I can do this painting. Well, everyone, it's been a few days since I've done a video. I built the bumper on his, I think it's a 2013, maybe it's a 15 Tundra. But anyway, I'll show you some pictures of that. I really didn't do much video on it because most of the time I was working on it was at night, and the video, I tried a couple times and it was just terrible video. So anyway, I'll just show you a few pictures of that. That's what I've been trying to do is build bumpers and racks, just customizing things for people to use and meet the needs that they have for their equipment. their truck, their trailer, whatever the case may be. But in the meantime, until I can pick up enough business to do that, I am building anything that people will pay me to build. I had to rearrange the garage here a little bit. I bought this new saw. I'll show you guys this. So I've had this Harbor Freight saw forever, bandsaw. Paid like 300 and something bucks for it. It's working pretty good, but it's kind of slow, especially when the blade gets wore out a little bit. Then I have this abrasive chop saw down here, but it's loud, noisy, makes a mess, and doesn't make very clean cuts. Been doing some reading, and these new saws with the new metal cutting blades are supposed to be pretty good. Never used one before. Hopefully it works out like I want it to, but I have a ton of metal in the backyard right now that I've got to put together into a couple of gates. Not exactly what I want to be building right now. It's not a passion. It's not something I guess I kind of enjoy it, but the creativity side of it's just not there.